Wild Rose dreamed in fragments, not symbols, names. A girl stood at the center of it, her outline blurred by time, but her presence unmistakable, Jewish, brilliant. Gone too soon in one history, indispensable in another. And Frankenstein. In the dream, history bent, not broken, just misfiled in that alternate strand. Anne survived. She grew into her mind. Her genius flowered inside white concrete walls and steel corridors, deep within a fortified research base belonging to a German empire that never fired the first shot. Because it never had to. It expanded through treaties, markets, currency unions, Europe first, then the Americas, no blitzkrieg, no world war, just influence so total it looked like peace. And Anne worked at its heart. Wild Rose woke with the coordinates already burned behind her eyes. The saucer slid through time like a held breath. When it emerged, dusk lay heavy over the base, water lapping quietly against the docks, reeds whispering secrets along the shoreline. Wild Rose created her distraction precisely where the system would overreact. False alarms cascading, armed drones converging where nothing truly mattered. Then she circled wide, low quiet. She waited in the reeds, still as a hunted thing. Footsteps on wood, and emerged onto the dock, coat draped loosely over her shoulders, hair tied back, eyes tired in the way only brilliant minds grow tired. She wasn't guarded. She wasn't afraid, she was thinking. Then she looked up. Their eyes met. No scream, no question. Just recognition, deep, impossible, immediate, as if Anne had always known this moment would come. Only not when. She turned once, just once, to make sure she wasn't followed. And then she went with Wild Rose. The saucer vanished cleanly, leaving only ripples in the water and a future suddenly missing something vital. They didn't go forward. They went back. To a small, bitter man with a wounded pride and a talent for turning humiliation into ideology. They interfered carefully, too carefully, a conversation here. A door closed there, a failure magnified until it calcified. They stopped his rise, but they did not stop his hatred. In this version of history, Adolf never ruled a nation. He wrote instead. He ranted. He poisoned quietly. And because he never spent his fury on conquest, it fermented pure, obsessive, eternal, until it found a different outlet. The extermination still came, just later, just worse. And never forgave herself when she understood. She buried her guilt in work experiments meant to undo death, to prove that loss was not final. From her hands came the ideas that would later be twisted into myth. A creature stitched together, rejected by its maker, raging not because it was evil, but because it was abandoned. History remembered it as a story. Wild Rose knew it as a confession. Together they fought the new world order that rose in the vacuum. Alliances too neat, power too centralized, decisions made for humanity's own good. They broke systems, exposed lies, delayed convergences, saved millions. For a while. In the end, the timelines did what they always did. They compensated. When Wild Rose finally stood alone again, watching the stars drift past the canopy, the question returned, soft, merciless, eternal. Had they delayed the inevitable? Or had they shattered the ancient design so completely that the universe would now have to invent something new? No answer came. Only motion. And somewhere beyond time, the ancients adjusted their calculations. Because humanity was still here, and still inconvenient.